Yeah, boy.
When you hear that music, you know what time it is. You know what just happened, y'all. What's up, fellas? I see y'all in the chat. We here. We here. When you hear the music, you know what happened. Did they thing? Easy money. No, not easy money, but truth be told, real rap, I'm gonna say this. We have B, we be up 3-0. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all could take that however y'all want, Miami fans. Y'all could be in y'all bag and say, no, where you at, Crispus Addis, my man, aka Matt. Shout out to you if you in the chat. But this was a good game. We got the big fella back, and this is obviously what we needed. The team energy, everything looked different. I mean, him and Maxey together, Maxey and Harden and Tobias, we all need them working, but we all especially need B. I mean, B does this thing. He draws so much attention offensively. He allows, like Danny Green, shout out to Danny, we're going to talk about him, but a lot of open looks, several open threes Danny got. They literally forgot about Danny to crash on B. Like, he gets that much attention down low, and it creates other mismatches and everything else for all the other players. This was a great game. I loved it. We're going to talk about this thing. What's your thoughts?
Where y'all at, man? Ronnie, he had about 20 comments yesterday on a video. Lisa, where y'all at? I told y'all come back here today. I told y'all come on back for game 3. You know how it go. But look, man, it was a good game, good team game. Actually,
it was.
Our big 3 played very well. Harden, B, Maxey. Fourth quarter, he just went bananas and really put the game out of reach. Danny Green, special night for Danny Green.
Yeah,
he really, when we needed a big shot, he hit it. I can't say enough about him.
He owed us this game. He owed it to us.
He did. Listen, if you want to look at it that way, I ain't mad at you.
Yes, he did. He owed us every bit of this game.
He did. Maxey, when it was time to come through and hit the huge buckets, he stepped up, man. That's what I want to see. Help Bede out. I knew Bede was going to be a little off. I knew Bede was going to be a little sluggish coming back. You know, when Bede missed a game or two, his conditioning, I don't know.
Hold up a second, Eth. Hold on a second, Eth. A Cali Life. Listen, we don't carry profanity on here, bro. Like you could talk about the Sixers suck and all that other stuff, but the profanity, we try to nip that in the bud. So we ask that you respect that.
We got kids watching.
Yeah, thank you, Wayne. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's how we roll. But go ahead, Ethan.
Hats off to Danny Green, B, but Maxey. It took him a while to get going, but once he got going, it was over. Only thing I want to say about Harden, man, them 6 turnovers, you got to clean that up. Yeah, Harden still has to has to play better. I don't like the only thing I didn't like. I don't like the laws in our offense, but be back first game. We need to clean it up next game. We're gonna be rolling. Listen, this is a series now. This is a series.
I absolutely agree. Go ahead. Because y'all.
Well, one thing I want to say. First of all, I do want to give Jimmy Buckets some respect because Jimmy Buckets. The only reason I'm saying that he single-handedly kept them in this game because if not for Jimmy playing that Herculean type effort, they would have got smoked.
Where's your man Bam at? Where was Bam at tonight?
I was told you're right though, Ethan. I was told Bam Adebayo it was so great, and Embiid can't handle this, that, and the other. And this is I don't want to hear anybody cry about foul calls because they were being called on both sides of the ball. PJ Tucker tried to strong arm the Sixers. He tried to intimidate this, that, and the other. But you saw Niang, he ain't stand up for that, and Thibault ain't stand up for that. But that being said, we see what it is when you have an MVP type caliber player. He makes a difference, especially when it's Joel Embiid. He didn't even score like that, but he's so dominant of a force. Exactly, his presence dictates everything. And Danny Green, like you said, listen, Danny stunk it up the other night, but there's a reason why he shoots the averages he shoots because tonight Danny was just hitting everything. And like Ethan said, Maxey's actually grown to be usually in the third quarter. Maxey comes out and he gives you some heat. So I was a little worried when he wasn't doing the third because I was expecting the third, but in the fourth, Maxey started rolling and started hitting it. Tobias been maybe our most consistent player throughout the playoffs, other than Embiid, whenever Embiid's played. But Tobias, game in, game out, Tobias plays tough defense and makes big plays in crucial moments. So it was a good win.
But he still played hard.
No, wait, he had an off night, but Toby made some key plays, and he was the one that was fighting for that rebound. Him and Paul Reed fought for that rebound, and when Maxey pulled up and hit that three, a big three, he played some quality defense on Bam at times. So it was a good team win. And I mean, it's only one game. We got to see what happens on Sunday.
It's going to be more.
All right, so very encouraged. Like you said, Tobias didn't have his high efficiency game, but he still ended up with 10 rebounds and 8 assists. Mm-hmm. So he did a pretty good job overall, even though his shooting was kind of off. But tonight was all about making shots. We were able to make shots for the first time in this series. Over the first 2 games, Danny Green was shooting 3 for 16, first 2 games. Then and the boy Niang was 2 for 11, still struggling a little bit, but he was 2 for 11. We was missing everything. We finally was able to hit some shots. And the boy Bam, y'all know he was shooting 90% on when he was on when DeAndre Jordan was on 90%. Overall, he was shooting over 70%.
Ephraim, that's why I told you to get that dad going.
But today, what he had? What did he shoot today? Today he was terrible.
What he had? He had Bam was 2 for 9. Yep, 22%.
So that was the Embiid factor, but it also makes you think that maybe it wasn't a good idea to play DeAndre Jordan at all in the first 2 games.
I mean, probably. Go ahead. Was you done?
Go ahead.
You finished or you done? All right. I mean, there's a number of things happen in this game. For one, I'm going to get a shout out, Chris. I want to give a shout out to Kali Life. I think that was Kali Life and Christmas Addis. I do respect y'all coming in here after y'all took that little spanking we gave y'all, and y'all still coming in here. But my man Matt, aka Christmas Addicts, he's saying Miami missed a lot of shots. That we got lucky because they missed a lot of shots. No, y'all missed a lot of shots because the big fella's in the middle. That's what the difference. Now boys like Tobias can press out a little bit more on Tyler Hero because you know you got the big fella lurking in the back. I mean, we talked about this. That helped out Ben Simmons' defense a lot, and even Thibel's defense because you knew you had beat. You could cheat up because you knew you had beat ready to go. So that's that point. But for a change, y'all talked about this. We got Fish Grease Danny Green. Fish Grease Green up in here. He was cooking. He looked like Danny from San Antonio the championship years against Brian and them. Like, he really stepped up. But I think a lot of that was due to the part that the coverage was swinging toward Joel. And he seized the moment and he finally knocked down. And this is what I said. Remember, this is why we was arguing about before. I don't even need you to go 6. What do you go? 7 for 8 or something? 7 for 9? I don't even need you to go that high. I want you to go at least 50% when you wide open. That's all I could ask for. And one more thing, that save by Maxey was incredible. Maxey took the second half over. He was in it. Bang.
Yeah. Somebody was saying that Embiid was going to take over. Then they had to get overruled.
It was. You know who I got to give props to too. I got to give credit to too. I got to give credit to Thibault.
Tyrese.
I was on him. I was hounding him all playoffs. I think tonight was his best playoff game. I'm not even looking at scoring. The way he played Tyler Hero tonight was that's what I want to see. That's what you here for. That's what you in the game for. You ain't gonna get incredible offense, but you're gonna sneak down there. You're gonna go in a dunker spot like Ben Simmons and get your easy buckets. But on defense, you did what you're supposed to do. When they threw the zone in there, that's when Tyler hit them couple bucks. I didn't like that. I don't know why you did that. And we was already playing good against Hero, and you throw the zone in there, and it kind of got a little messy, and Tyler hit them big shots. But hats off to big credit to Matisse. And Ample Minds, they're looking out on the super chat.
Yeah, shout out to
support the come up. Y'all the best Philly show. Sports show, hands down. Good looking out, Ample Minds. We love us.
And listen, I know a lot of Miami fans. For some reason, they thought I was disrespecting Miami just because I was saying I didn't. My whole point is, and we're not even seeing Joel Embiid at his peak right now. Because even though he came back in and his legs wasn't, but he hasn't been able to do any kind of cardio or anything. He's been sitting down and he's been rested, but he's been playing no kind of basketball. So everything is rusty and everything else. So hopefully he could bounce back Sunday and be in a little bit more of a flow and not, you know what I'm saying, and be able to bounce back in there. But and I'm not taking nothing from Miami. Listen, for Miami to even come in and make it as tight as they did tonight, I got to give them some respect because you come Embiid coming back, the Sixers coming home, Embiid showing up. You know that arena was rocking,
and
the Sixers jumped out on him
in the third quarter.
What'd you say?
It was a tie ball game in the third quarter.
That's what I'm saying. So and Jimmy tried to carry them out, but this is what you're supposed to do. Home court. We held home court. So now we got to see what happened on Sunday. And I still do feel as though if Embiid can play every game, I think that right now I think it'll go 7 games if Embiid's playing every game and he's healthy. So, let's see. And listen, for everybody saying, hey, don't tell me this is no fluke. Miami was missing shots tonight. Y'all ain't say that when the Sixers shot 17% in the first game.
Sure
we wasn't saying how there was no fluke that the Sixers only shot 17%. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell me about no fluke tonight when it just so happens Joel Embiid came back and was being a physical presence on the inside.
I agree. I mean, I was very confident. I told a number of people, and I think somebody just said it. Lava just said it. He said he was very confident Embiid played he was going to win. That's how I felt. I said the same thing. I said Embiid play.
Me too.
And play at 60-70% of Joel Embiid, he going to win. Because all we needed for him was to give us some defense, a couple of points, and some rebounds. That's really what we needed.
He's going for 40 on Sunday, by the way.
He probably. I wouldn't
have a warm up game today, and I apologize. I'm saying I'm not going to apologize, but I got to give props to Joel because I get on him a lot. But the fact that he came here with a broken face and he played and he wasn't whining nothing. I got to give him props. We also had Steph Curry was in the house. Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They came, showed Philly.
Does that mean anything?
Donovan Mitchell coming. I'm telling y'all, we gonna get him. Yo, let me stop. Yo, we don't hype that up yet.
Listen, y'all be talking a lot of people out in the comments. We don't got time with everybody. As long as they ain't saying nothing crazy, no profanity, man. We can let them speak. Yeah. Raj been here. We all know Raj been here. His team lost. Raj still here, man. He's still
Raj just here hating. Raj just here a couple games when his team lost. I don't respect Raj. I will give Raj. Yeah, he here down because his team gone. But when his team lost them 2 games, we ain't see Raj when they was down 3. When they won a couple games, Raj popped back. I give Raj props though. Raj has been coming in here talking now, but he disappeared for a couple games, so I ain't gonna give Raj but so much respect. He's just here for hating factors.
That is true. Greeny Green said, "Why can't we get more than one night's rest?" Like, I mean, I guess it's based on. I know.
I don't understand it.
No, but I know sometimes the facilities are rented out, like Oracle Arena. Maybe they had a function that was happening there at the facility, so they had to push the game back. Maybe they got a hockey game. Is a hockey team? I don't know. Like, I don't know what's happening that they couldn't use the stadium on that night and maybe pushed it back. But I know Golden State just had like 3 nights off. Why can't we get at least 2? But I mean, we'll see. Well, I mean, I think
that works. I think that actually might work for the Sixers' benefit though, because Jimmy's still on a gimpy knee, and Fat Kyle, you know what I'm saying, he coming back from a hamstring. So
he was trash tonight too.
Yeah. I was told somebody in here told me, yeah, we ain't even got Kyle Lowry playing. Wait till Kyle come back.
I think that was Crispus Attucks. That was Matt.
Listen, the defense we played tonight, though, with Embiid in the lineup, we see how it changes everything. Like y'all was saying earlier, it changes everything. And Bam Adebayo couldn't get a shot up. Lowry, Strauss, none of them dudes. Vincent, none of them. Oladipo, them dudes was human tonight. Them dudes was human. Like Ephraim said, I said when the big fella come in, man, it's gonna be a totally different game. Totally different series. We going to slow walk y'all down. That's what's about to happen. We about to slow walk the Heat down.
Okay.
You on their top.
Sexy scenarios. My whole thing about the Donovan Mitchell thing is because I think that Donovan Mitchell is going to be out of Utah, but I also think that the Sixers are going to make a play. That's like the whole rumors about Harden might not be going for the max because he wants to leave the Sixers some kind of room to try to bring somebody else in. I wouldn't be surprised if Donovan Mitchell or somebody of that caliber end up coming here next year.
I agree. I mean, all right, Matt. I said Crispus Attucks said Larry might be the answer. He said that wasn't him. It
wasn't him. It was a Miami Heat fan. It was a Heat fan.
Okay. Yeah, he texted me. He texted me, don't put that wicked on him about don't put that.
That was probably Roddy. Was that Roddy Bricks?
Hold up. Was it Tim? Was it who wanted Kyle Lowry last year? Is that trade Ben for Kyle Lowry? No, it was Tim.
No. I didn't say trade Ben for Kyle
Ethan
Lowry.
and Tim wanted him.
I said just go get him as a point guard, and we needed a point guard.
We needed a point guard at the time.
So I stand on my request.
We did need a point guard, but listen,
I think
Maxey
Harden is probably better than Lowry.
Maxey took. I agree with that, Matt. But I gotta get the young boys props, Matt. I noticed something. It is an energy level when Embiid and Maxey really start doing their thing. Like them two dudes, even when Harden score is cool, like that you can feel that the team get a little hype, the crowd get hype. It just seems different to me when Embiid and Maxey get to going. When either one of them dudes get to popping, the stadium, the team energy, everything just goes crazy. And Maxey, when he started, I was a little disappointed the first half. I'm like, bro, you got 2 points, you ain't hit no field goals. Then after he hit that three, it was over. He hit a three, hit his first field goal of the game, and then he got a layup on a fast break, and then he got the little one foot floater, hit that, another three. He ended up with 5 or 6 threes.
They made a John Morant comparison. I thought about Wayne. I was like, Wayne, that's
he did. Wayne was somewhere smiling, feeling vindicated.
I ain't even hear it. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't hear it. Listen, all I do is
Here we go.
I call it how I see it, and sometimes people think, well, catch on. That's all.
Needless to say, they said that Maxey got that same kind of feel to his game like John Morant, which is, I think, it's true.
He Ja-esque a little bit, but
they're not the same player because Ja's athleticism is off the charts. But I'm just saying, like the type of game, like
freakish.
But I'm saying, like with the speed and the finishing at the basket and the change of speed and how they do that, I think that is very similar. But Ja's a far better athlete than Maxey is.
I agree.
Maxey might be faster than him. Or quicker than him, but Ja's more of an athletic.
It's close, but
Ja handled
Ja is way more athletic.
I had the bull.
No, we agree with that.
He had the bull Jordan Poole doing a huckabuck. He was cracking it so nice.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't compare. Yeah, Ja's.
What y'all think about PJ Tucker? Because I like PJ Tucker if he was on my team, but I can't.
I wouldn't to put the ball. I wouldn't need to put the balls on PJ.
He was trying to punk us. I'm glad the Sixers ain't back down. You can't. He uses that intimidation factor.
Yeah, he tried. He tried.
He does. But really he's a hustler. He get there. He kept getting them boards. I kept getting so irritated, man. Somebody stick an elbow in this dude's chest and back him up a little bit. You got to put a body on. He's somebody you got to look for and put a body on. You have to.
But Harden kind of did that. Remember when, that's why Tucker was so salty, because Harden drove in and gave him that boy a little elbow, John.
No, I mean, like, on the boards.
Yeah, and that. But I mean, I thought Maxey. I'm not Maxey. I thought Thibault actually played him a little physical. Like that's why he got mad. He was getting intimidated. Like he was getting not intimidated, but he was getting irritated. They was irritating him because it's like, and that's why I give Niang and I give Thibault props. Like it was like, nah, bro, you're not going to just sit here and be bullying nobody. But I think Embiid brings Embiid brings that big bro vibe. Like big dog is here. So you know what I'm saying? What y'all want? He going like Ethan said I think the last pod. Embiid covers up for a whole bunch of holes that we have.
I agree. Shout out to Mark
Tucker. Game is a little like mine, but I got a better jumper. He reminds me of myself.
Yeah, who PJ Tucker?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, the hacking. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the undersized hack dude. Yeah.
The fake thug movement.
Yeah. Fake tough guy running on court throwing elbows.
Yep.
Mark Greenwood says, "Are we back?" Good looking out, Mark Greenwood to the super chat. I know he meant, "Are we back?" Yes, we back.
Did we ever leave? I didn't think that we were done.
The game's tied up Sunday.
I talked to my man Maine. I don't know. I sent him a link to the pod. I don't know if he jumped on, but I talked to my man Maine. I seen him in the Wawa. I shot him, and he said he think we done. It was both thinking we done, and I said that. I said if B come back, we will win this game. First of all, I don't know. I'm about to put my tinfoil hat on, Tim style. You know, Tim loved the tinfoil hat there. I was convinced the league would not lose this game. If B came back, I honestly, and I'm not saying that they helped us, I'm just convinced they would not. They don't want no short series. These owners, the league, they try and get their money back. That's why Memphis beat Golden State the other night. So don't get me talking. But the league, I was convinced that we was not lose this game. I'm telling you. When he came back, I knew he wasn't losing.
Emailing Michael, he pretty much got the same comment. They said PJ Tucker's a wise old head player. And Michael was like, PJ, the old head from the hood. We just had an argument with his whiz. Yeah, but that's how that's pretty much how PJ is. You would love to have him on our team, though. He got that type of game, that the type of player you need 1 or 2 players like that on your squad. You really do. B Hack, shout out to B Hack. He said we showed some heart tonight. I agree.
Yeah, and my thing is that this is, and again, it's just one game. We still got to play the next game here at home, but I think Miami. I think Miami tried to fight it off and try to take the Sixers' heart because they wanted to make it a quick fix, a quick knockout. But now you see you're going to have to scrap when you come here with the Sixers with Joel Embiid. And that's all. What'd you say?
Jimmy tried to win this game.
No, Jimmy. That's why I said I give Jimmy much respect. Jimmy single-handedly made the Sixers have to finish this game out because I think it would have been a 20-point lead early in the fourth quarter if not for Jimmy.
He wasn't playing. Jimmy was like, he wanted this game. If he had a little bit of help, it would have been tighter. But Maxey just took over at the end. Mr. Wingman had a comment. You know what? Before we pass over, he said, what did he say? He said, Ja Morant playing a young man's game, all athletic freestyle ball. Whereas I think Maxey's more coached. You don't think so?
So what are you saying? Ja Morant is a young Westbrook?
Listen. First of all, what we're not going to understate is the fact that Ja Morant is the man.
No, we're not. No one is saying that.
No. This what I'm saying, and I like Maxey and I like Ja. But let's understand that it's a difference when you're the dude game in and game out, and you're the focal point of the other team and putting up the numbers that he is. Maxey's not even putting up the same numbers as Ja, and Maxey's getting to fly under the radar of Joel Embiid and Tobias. I'm not saying that they're necessarily better than Maxey, but it's a difference when you have these other guys that could take some of the focus off of you. But that being said, that's why I said I think that's what Maxey's potential could be. I think Maxey has a tremendous upside.
Maxey is getting off in a team construct where Ja Morant is doing his thing and everybody else is like, he's like Michael and everybody else is the Jackson 5. Maxey's getting his part of a team, like he just one of the elements of the team. That's what I think was what he kind of say. They play differently, but Maxey still can get his without being the main focus.
In Maxey's defense, Ja team is good. Memphis is a good team. And I sent that video to y'all talking about Memphis is actually statistically a better all-around team without Ja, of course. So far this year, anyway. But not saying that you don't want Ja. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying from an offensive and defensive point, they're actually a better team statistically without him on the floor. That being said, I'm just saying they're a very good team. But he's not better than Ja. I'm not taking him over Ja or Donovan Mitchell. Somebody tried to say that too.
Exactly. I was going to touch on that too.
I don't know who said that. Maxey has the potential to polish his game. He's a better shooter than Ja Morant right now from three. He's definitely a better shooter from three. I don't know about Donovan. I think he probably just percentage-wise, it might be around the same. But if you could get your hands on Donovan, you get your hands on Donovan. You bring Donovan in here. I ain't trying to hear none of that. But you get a chance to get him, you get him.
But I will say this, back to the game real quick for a minute. Doc Rivers, the way, remember at the end of the end of the last game when they were doing all that trapping and getting them turnovers, and I said we got to start there early. They started that early. Trapping Hero because he's not a real ball handler, getting the ball out his hands, turnovers, you leading the easy baskets. You can't let these dudes that's not ball handlers easily take their time and walk the ball up the court. Trap and get the ball out their hands.
I agree.
Get active on defense. I like how Doc was doing that.
Remember I said the same.
A little more. One time we came out of timeout and didn't get we got a terrible shot at which I didn't like. So I like to see a little more offense. I would like to see the ball get up the court quicker. That way you get in the sets and B can post up quicker. But I think that's more to do with Harden than anything. I would like to see the ball get up the floor a little quicker. But The defense, the activity on defense is what I wanted to see. That's what we have. That's how we have to play all series to win this game. You gotta be aggressive.
He said the Eagles tweeted on Twitter, play that song.
I hear what you're saying about getting the ball up the court quicker, but I don't necessarily think that's. I think that's Maxey's flow, and that helps Maxey. But I think when you look at the Sixers team with Tobias and Embiid and Harden, they're not this up and down the court running type squad. So I think they have to be more deliberate sometimes with how they come.
But I think because Miami's good on defense and they long, so you can't let them get in a set. You let these dudes get in a defensive sets every time. We're not a great half-court team except for Joel Embiid, and if you can't give them the ball, which they were struggling with, and it was running down a lot of clock, that don't help the offense. I think a big problem about Embiid getting getting the ball is just him not with the endurance in there, because we've seen games where Embiid gets down in, like it was hard for them to get the ball down to him inside, but when the Sixers actually started being more deliberate and swinging the ball and they wear them down, then you do see those things open up. I think it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake for the Sixers. It's a mistake, in my opinion. It's a mistake for the Sixers to try to play this up and down the court game all game long. You can't swing the ball if you don't get if you start setting the ball up at 10-9 seconds. You can't swing the ball around. You don't have time.
I mean, I kind of agree. I would like to see the offense take a little bit more up-tempo approach sometimes. I think it allows Maxey to attack the basket a little earlier and faster. Got people on their heels backpedaling. We saw it a lot in the Toronto series. That's how we had to get past their length. We had to kind of up-tempo the thing a little bit and attack the basket. Which we call Roddy Bricks. He said that people think the Heat are going to shoot like this again. He haven't shot really good. What did they shoot last game? And the two games they won, they didn't really shoot that exceptionally well.
I think the first game they shot 28%, and I think they shot like in the 40s the last game. You talking about Miami?
Yeah, Miami.
From three. Yeah, I think remember the first game they shot like 28%, and the Sixers shot like 17. And then in the second game, I think Miami shot like in the 40s, if I'm not mistaken.
Better. Okay. I mean, this is my point though. He's just saying like they was bricking. We was actually playing defense because the big fellas back. I don't think a lot of these Heat fans is looking at the defensive impact of Joel Embiid. They keep thinking about offense and what he did here. He allows the defense to extend out now because you're not scared if your man gets past you. You got Embiid that's going to come and go. No. I wish you started with tumble fingering bulls and like, yo, you ain't playing no more. Like,
ain't that a tech now? Ain't that a tech? Didn't the league make that a tech now?
Yeah, I think so.
It's toward the player. If you like turn your back and go like that, then it's all right.
Hey, in all honesty, though, I like even with No, but I'm saying that in all honesty, even if you look at Embiid game, in spurts, Embiid was able to show what Embiid does. That's like in spurts, you seen him take Bam off the dribble, and you saw him take the other guy off the dribble and attack and do the Euro step and finish. But you could see Embiid didn't have his legs under him. Like you actually could see the product of not doing anything for like a week.
Yeah,
so
it was over 8 days. Maxey in the press conference today, he said he called Embiid broken face. He said it's gonna make him look even uglier now.
That's all right. Listen, he already had that injury. This is why it killed me. Like I was listening to some of these pundits that was talking about you don't play Embiid, the series is over. You don't play. What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense is it if you have a chance? Like you let Joel Embiid play if he's fine and he's passing the protocol. It's a lot of players that's hurt right now. Jimmy playing on a tender knee. He doing his thing, but Jimmy on a tender knee. So what you gonna say, Jimmy Butler? If they because they lost the game, Jimmy need to sit. Don't play Jimmy because he might hurt himself for his career. No, what is this new age of basketball, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. Rod, real quick. He said I should be time. I hear an echo. He said I should be timed out for not showing up in the podcast for game 2. I got tired of Philly getting smacked. Let me let you know when I'm not here, I'm actually doing something very important. I was in a meeting I was in, so I was indisposed. I couldn't be
handling business. He was handling business.
Yeah, thank you. But trust me when I tell you, I don't shrink back from L's. I was here in Game 7 last year when we got beat by Atlanta. I was here to support and comfort all my other fellow Sixers fans. So I'm not taking games off because we lost. His business being handled just like we handled y'all tonight. It was business that had to be handled, and we handled it. Now sit back and relax, and we're going to handle y'all Game 4 too. Yep. Easy.
Hey, Mark, I agree. Embiid had enough for that Euro step, but he had enough. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Embiid didn't have enough in him to consistently do those things.
You're right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you saw in spurts, like you saw where Embiid would do in burst or in spurts do stuff, but you definitely could see where he was a little bit rusty. And like I said, hopefully this shook some of the rust off, and then he come in and he came in and he had a couple of jumpers, I think, in the second half, but Embiid was struggling offensively to shoot, but he's Embiid and he's going to draw attention. If they don't give attention to him, Embiid's going to kill him inside.
Yeah, they were double tripling Embiid.
Everybody, 4 people. It was like Steph Curry. That's why I said I told y'all Embiid and Curry the most double and triple person in the league. I know I had to throw that in there real quick, but they are. They're the most double and triple covered players in the league, and that's why they draw so much attention. That's why they so impactful.
Embiid and who?
Embiid and Curry. Steph Curry.
Did you really have to ask who he said?
I think it was Giannis. I think Embiid and Giannis get the most. Was it
maybe he probably in there somewhere too. But their win shares, their win shares is through the roof because the impact that they make, they put so much stress and pressure on your defense. It allows these other boys to get off. Thank Danny. Got to thank Joel. Even Maxey, games like he has like this 5 for 6 from 3. You gotta thank the big man for that. Like Maxey doing his thing. I ain't hating. I mean, I ain't gonna take nothing away from Maxey balling. But you got to thank the big man. The only person who I don't know why they is Harden. I don't know why Harden might be done, bro. I'm trying to cape up for Harden. Remember how Tim White knighted for Ben for months? I'm trying to do that for James, but he making it hard for me, man. He losing the ball every time he goes to the hole. He's losing the ball.
He had more turnovers than assists tonight.
He did. But you know the one thing I will say about Harden is we can say what he is and how he looks, but teams still do drop coverage down to play on Harden. Harden never goes to the basket, and very rarely does he go to the basket, and it's just him and one other guy. So it's a lot of – go ahead.
All they do is they form a wall for Harden and put their hands up because they know what they're going to do.
But that's what I'm saying. But it opens up to swing the ball, and other guys get open shots.
All that dribbling, though, because he wasn't doing all that dribbling when he first got here. We was like, oh, maybe he's not like that, but then he's been dribbling.
Stop. Don't do that because y'all don't. I don't want to hear nobody that talked about they wanted Houston Harden to now complain about when he dribbles. Because when Harden was just passing the ball around, we need Harden to be aggressive. We need Harden to be Houston Harden. Houston Harden dribbled the ball a lot to get in his rhythm to shoot.
Well,
so
I need a hybrid.
You can't complain about that and say you want Houston Harden.
I want a hybrid. Give me a hybrid.
I do too.
I just want you to hit. I just want him to hit 36, 37% on his threes. That's all.
I agree.
Is that much to ask for?
No, I agree.
No,
I agree with you.
If
he's hitting that, I think we automatically a championship team.
1 for 7 tonight on threes.
Oliver, you saying we can't hype Maxey up because he hasn't gotten to an All-Star game yet? Yet the reason why we win in these games is because of him.
Who's that?
Yo, somebody.
Y'all telling everybody else out. Y'all deleting all these comments, but y'all
get the wild John that's posting up in there. Get the wild John that's posting up in. Come on, handle that for me.
All these, it's like 30 bulls with wrenches, and y'all can't unwrench.
I know we got 50 wrenches.
They too busy arguing with Miami fans.
They probably subscribing to the board that's posting stuff.
They probably clicking on the link.
Fighting the fries. They writing.
Who invited him in here?
Master the Craft, Sergeant Bass, Herb. Where Herb? I didn't see Herb comment tonight. He probably mad because Joel came back. Herb is
good job, fellas. We appreciate you.
He might be taking care of Ben. You know, Ben had back surgery.
Appreciate you, Sergeant Bass.
Get well soon. Hey, they tried to mess him up. They tried to make him play on a bad back, knowing that it was bad.
Wait, hold. Shout out to who?
Ben Simmons.
Can we mute Tim?
I think Ben purposely slipped down the steps to hurt his own back. He hurt himself on purpose, just so he could be like, "Told y'all, I've been hurt. See, I don't trust Ben. Ben movement is a little."
Oh, Herb here.
I can see his brother beating him up with a tire iron just so he can
exactly
right. Listen, Ben's management said, "Listen, You got to see it through, my boy. You got to see it through. Like we just sit there. You ain't come and play. We got to say something wrong with you. He was like, my neck and my back. I want $20 million. I want $20 million.
There's no doctor is going to operate on somebody's back unless they legitimately have an issue with their back.
It ain't nothing you can do. Listen, it's nothing you can do to a back that has no spine. He has no spine. That's his problem.
That's
the back problem that he has.
Truth be told, I listened to, and it just sidebar, I listened to a podcast about a doctor who used to be a back surgeon. He said he firmly believes that most back problems can be healed without surgery. He said just may change your diet, certain physical therapy, and all that. You don't always have to go into the night. I think honestly, most people who end up getting back surgery is the worst thing they end up doing, and you never really fully heal. But as an athlete, they want you to heal faster.
Let me ask you something.
Walk the process
because we know Ben takes care of his body. He works out and he eats right. So, did they say anything about the mental part that could cause back problems? Like you scared to play basketball, and all of a sudden now you feel.
What we're not going to do is we're not going to make fun of his mental issues.
You can mentally.
You're not. I'm gonna make fun of the imitation illness. He ain't got no illness until they took his money. I don't want to hear that.
Hey Herb, you right. I got my PhD. I stayed at the Holiday Express Inn last night. So I got all kind of information flowing from this thing.
I play a doctor on TV.
Yeah, I hate on the board, man. We're not going. This not a hate on Ben session.
No, I'm just saying on for real though. If he really does legit have back problems, I think I don't know. I mean, you look at the Bull Porter from Denver. He been going under the knife, getting his back worked on, and he ain't right yet. So a lot of times, I'm telling you, a lot of times they say that's the worst. Certain doctors say that's the worst thing you can do is going under the knife with your back. It's too many things in that back. That's your whole central nervous system. Dr. Latin is talking, Sir Ephraim, Dr. Ephraim. That's your whole central nervous system, and I wouldn't play with it personally.
Let me ask y'all.
All right, Dr. Oz, let's move on.
Dr. Mehmet Ephraim Oz.
Didn't he miss the Celtics series because of back problems? Was that why he was out?
Yeah, backiotomy. He wanted to back out of the playoffs.
He missed the Celtics series because of back problem.
He wanted to back out of the playoffs. That's what his back was.
We didn't even know it.
They say somebody Master Christ, he's on a maternity leave. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I don't know what.
It was that time of the year. Listen, you know how women had a time of the month? Ben had that time of the year. It's playoffs. Oh, it hurts.
I don't know. I don't know how this series is going to end up, but I did find it very interesting that Spider was in the building. I would love to get out him.
They said because he's a New York guy and it was like an easy ride down there. But I really do think because I think he's tired of being over there with Rudy. I think, but remember, this is to a point that we was talking about before when I was saying when you have Joel Embiid and to an extent Harden, when you have certain players, it draws other big names to want to, like if they see something, it's like, hold up, I could be the missing piece there. That's why I think like a Bradley Beal would want to come here or Spider want to come here.
I agree with that.
I'm not a huge Spider fan. I think he's more of a volume scorer. He needs the ball. He gets a lot of shots up. I don't think his field goal percentage or three is that high. But is he a good addition to the team? With an Embiid, yeah. But I think we need more of a knockdown 3-point shooter surrounded with the players we have now.
My goal is to get an upgrade in small forward position. We need.
I agree. 3-and-D. We need a real 3-and-D guy. Yeah, big wing.
They got to be a two-way player.
Hold on. Carr said no. He said no to Spider. Hey, Carr, what's your reasoning behind that? Throw a little quick something in the chat while you saying no.
You think he's just a bubble? He was just only good in the bubble.
He think Donovan Mitchell was only good in the bubble.
They said he played like trash. Everybody's saying he played like trash in that playoff series.
And the last one they lost to Dallas.
Yeah.
Wait. But see, this is my thing though. So those would be the same people that hype up a Jamal Murray, but wasn't it Jamal Murray and Spider that was going toe to toe in that series, and they was going back and forth with it?
45-point game.
He was bad. He shot 39. He shot 39% from the field and 20% from three.
He did. He was
8 threes a game.
All right,
that's what I'm saying. He still got 25. He got 25.
He still got 25 a game.
because he shot the ball 23 times a game.
When you hyping him up?
Who?
Spider.
Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think he's better than, and I'm not saying this to rip Maxey, but as of right now in their career.
No, he's not. He's not better than Maxey right now.
Okay.
Again, Spider is once again, like Wayne said, when he's talking about Ja, Spider is the main focal point of that team. So you know they're going. Who going to score? Rudy Gobert? He played defense, but he ain't no offensive weapon, no offensive threat like that. Your main offense is Spider. If you put Maxey on Utah, you think he's gonna be shooting 40% from three, Maxey? I seriously doubt that. He'll probably drop down to about 35.
I'd rather have Tyrese Maxey right now.
Mitchell shot 20% from three. I'm just saying.
And all you see is nothing but his going up.
I'm just saying.
First of all, don't talk like. Hold on. If you're the same person that are talking about Ben's future and what Ben could turn into, you do know that Spider Mitchell came into the league the year after Ben Simmons. So don't the same person that cap up how young Ben Simmons is, Spider is younger than Ben. So don't tell me he can't evolve and get better too.
I agree.
But he is small.
We're not talking about Ben. I'm talking about.
Listen, y'all saying Mitchell don't play defense. Does Maxey play defense?
Yes. Yeah, he does.
Maxey's active. He's very active.
I don't like two small guard because Maxey's a small two and Mitchell's a small two. And I don't know.
We need that.
How tall is Donovan?
I agree with that.
I think he's 6'3" or 6'2". He's something like that.
He's 6'1".
I gotta hone in on him a little bit more. Is he a free agent after this year?
He's 6'1". I'm sorry, he's 6'1". Tim's
he's
right.
only 6'1", but I actually think he signed a contract. To me, I just think that sometimes we get away from the fact that it takes a different breed of player to be the guy on the team. And I'm not saying that Maxey can't eventually be that, but Maxey's not the game in, game out guy that's going to. We saw when Joel was out, Maxey was hot for a minute, but then eventually that slowed down some when he became the focal point of guy.
When Joel was out, he scored 34 points and 25 points in the night he was.
Okay, and remember, while Joel, right, like I said in the beginning, Joel was out for like 2-3 weeks, and in the beginning, Maxey was balling out. But then remember, we started losing games because he was fizzling out a little bit because it takes a lot to carry a team for a season. Yeah, this is what we got to understand sometimes. Superstar players are superstars because they do it consistently for the season. You can get guys that look at Danny Green tonight. He got hot for the night. Danny Green's not going to give you that every night. So it's a difference.
Don't hate on Danny.
I'm not hating on Danny. It's a difference. It's a difference when you have a superstar player like John Morant and D Mitchell. They're doing this every night for a season, throughout the season for over multiple seasons. I do think Maxey can get there, but Maxey's not there yet.
Yeah, Maxey's a superstar.
Who's not?
Donovan Mitchell.
He's not a superstar.
I wouldn't say he's a superstar. I would say he's a star. I don't know about a superstar, but I think he's on the cusp of possibly becoming a superstar, depending on where his career goes. But I agree with Wayne. I don't think Maxey right now will average 25 throughout the season. Maybe going into next year, he gets to the off season.
Next year, I see him doing that.
He work on his game. But I mean, I agree with Wayne. To be a leader of a team, all-star games and all that kind of stuff like that, you got to be on another level of balling. And I don't even think Maxey, truth be told, I don't even think Maxey handle right now is good enough. Like when we compare him to Ja and Spider, you see how Ja got the ball on the string. Like Maxey handle is solid. It's nice, but it ain't tight like that. When you want to get to that next level of consistent 25, 27 points a game, you as a guard, your game got to be tight. And Maxey game ain't that tight yet. It's good.
In this playoff, he averages 23 a game through two playoff series.
Who, Maxey?
Yes.
Yeah, he playing good, and he got, but he once again he's not the focal point of the team. He's still playing with Hart.
He was the last two games. The last game,
they still I agree with Wayne. They still roll low defense toward Harden. He might not be playing the Harden that we want him to, but he still garners attention, and so does Tobias.
Well, guess what? Spider Mitchell's third year in the league, his playoffs, he averaged 36 points a game.
He was the man on the team.
Exactly.
That's the point that we're making. It's a difference when you're the guy on the team and you're the focal point of the defense.
Didn't he just have 30? Didn't he just have 38 the other day? He just have 38.
Maxey.
Yeah. But you get games where Maxey averages 19 points a game during the regular season for a reason, because it takes a lot to do that every game as the focal point.
A whole lot on this because we just won, but that year Utah has a very good team. Though.
That's what I'm looking at now. Y'all act like he's playing with a bunch of bums. Look, they got Bogdanovic, Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley, and then he has.
They had the two dudes. They had the two.
Mike Conley is all right. I give props to Clarkson. Mike Conley is okay.
And you have the two. You had the two shooters they had in their team.
And Maxey's playing with Tobias, Bede, and Harden.
Okay,
and Harden washed, and Tobias is on.
Oh, now we're going to talk about how you want to hype these other guys up, but then talk about how Harden washed and Tobias.
Yeah, exactly.
Tobias putting up better numbers than most of them guys you just named.
Exactly. Bogdan. That's right. It was the boy Bogdan and the boy Joe.
And look at Tobias' numbers and look at Bogdan's numbers.
And the boy Joe Ingles, I think his name was.
And look at their numbers and look at Harden and look at Tobias' numbers.
Bogdan's
That's all I'm saying.
18 points a game.
What'd you say?
Bogdanovich is averaging 18 points a game.
Playoffs?
Jordan Clarkson's averaging 17 points a game.
And what's Toby and what's in Harden? What's Toby and Harden?
12 points a game, and Donovan Mitchell gets you 25 points a game.
And what's Toby, Bede, and Harden averaging? More than those three guys you just said.
No, they're not.
Yes, and that
you are.
That means Maxey gets less shots. Maxey, I'll tell you this: if Maxey was getting 22 shots a game, you don't think he could average 25?
I don't know. I don't know. Because for one, he won't shoot that many because his mindset is not there yet. That's what I'm saying. This was what I'm saying.
Why are you trying to beat around if he gets
because it's not beat around the bush. He don't got that dog in him yet. He don't got that dog in him 24/7. He don't have it yet. I do think that he can develop it, but he don't have that dog in him yet.
And close the game out tonight.
It is, Ethan, but you're talking about in a one-game setting. I'm talking about guys that do it game in and game out, bring that dog out every night. How many games we looked at and we said Maxey was like happy Maxey? That's what I'm saying. Like, and when Maxey balls out, he balls out. That's why I say I think that he has that potential. But Maxey don't have that dog in him that a Donovan Mitchell or that or that who else we talking about? The other guy we talking about guy.
The reason sometimes before we end this, y'all think a dog. This is the mentality y'all think a dog in you is shooting 30 times, even if you 0 for 30 and they all bad shots. That's what y'all think a dog.
No, I don't.
I just said. Let me say it. Yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is what I always say when people say somebody choked in the playoffs. Choking to me, Bron. Remember what Bron did against Dallas, where he didn't shoot? He had like 8 shots that game. That was no dog. A dog in you shoots the ball regardless. When you're the leader of the team, you say, you know what? This team will win or lose because I'm the best player and I'm going to shoot the ball. Yes, that's having dog in you. When you jack that thing 20, 25 times a game and you know if you lose, it's on you. Yes. When you don't shoot, you know why a lot of times you don't shoot? Because you don't want to be the blame for the loss. So you keep passing the other balls. And then if you have to take the shot, you take
like Harden doing.
Yes, I agree. He don't got that dog in him right now. He's not the leader of the team. Bede is the leader of the team. Bede takes the most shots in most cases for a reason because he knows win or lose, the game is going to be on the shoulders. Yes, that's dog and you shoot that ball. Absolutely it is. Any other questions?
But let's move on. No, because it's different. It's different when you already have the MVP on your team. So it'll be you can't have 2 alpha males on the team because it ain't gonna work. The chemistry just not gonna be there. So he has to acquiesce to be. He has to. It's just how the team is.
I'm not saying that Maxey can average necessary 25 points in the playoffs, and his team win. We see John Moran average that many points in his team is winning. We seen Donovan Mitchell average that many points in his team win. I don't think that. Huh?
His team don't win in the playoffs.
They didn't win not the championship, but they have won. His team has got past the first round before. Don't just go off of just this 1 year.
Once.
Okay. But he has gotten past there. And matter of fact, the 1 year that he got knocked out in the second round, they actually was hosing him for Harden, ironically, because they was giving Harden all the calls that we talk that Harden don't get no more. So listen. All I'm saying is I'm not. Hey, like I said, I came on here. I was the one last year when we was talking about the young players and we was talking about Maxey, and I said that I seen Maxey as having the ceiling of Ja Morant. And I was told I was crazy, and I was told I'm smoking and all these other things. But I do see the potential in Maxey. I just don't think that Maxey.
I said you was high. Yes, I did.
I just don't think that Maxey is there yet. But I do think that, and I'm also the person that I'm a kind of person that thinks sometimes we put too much on players early on. Like you look at somebody like Jimmy. Jimmy didn't get to be Jimmy, who Jimmy is, until like the 4th year of his career.
And just like Jalen Hurts, same thing. We put too much pressure on him early.
No, stop it. But because you'll be saying Jalen Hurts in his 2nd year and his 5th year. He only played like 5 minutes in that game.
Maxey is behind 2 dominant personalities and 2 dominant players.
No, I mean, I think that has something to do with it, but Maxey, to me, even when they're not in the game, sometimes plays a little bit more passive. I know he tries to play. I mean, he's still young. I don't think he has the green light. And I think you might have said this too, Ethan. Or somebody in the comment section said this. Like, players like Mitchell and Ja, they kind of brought into a team and kind of put like, yo, you the man, go ahead and do your thing. Exactly. Maxey never had that opportunity. So you going to play, because we see how Doc benched him last year. So maybe he still got a little bit of that in his mind. I don't want to mess it up because then I don't want to get my time reduced or whatever. So you might not be as aggressive because you're a little bit more shook daddy. But at the same time, I just don't think he's there yet. I do think it's a certain amount of mentality, dog, that you need to average 25 plus in this league consistently throughout a whole season and carry a team where it's on you. That's a different mindset.
And to Ethan's point, you got to think about them coming in. Now, Maxey did come in and he didn't really have a preseason. And like his second, he didn't really have a preseason. So I get that. But Donovan Mitchell came to Utah, who just traded Gordon, who was their best player, and they were supposed to go through this whole rebuild. But Donovan Mitchell came in and balled out as a rookie and took them back to the playoffs.
It never was. They was never going through a rebuild.
Yes, they were. They got rid of. They got rid of Gordon.
They had a solid team. They got rid of.
Gordon Hayward was their man that they lost.
He was so. Listen, they were a team. They were a team. They were a constructed.
They were not expecting to make it to the playoffs. They were not expecting to make it to the playoffs. No, they wasn't. Because nobody expected Donovan Mitchell to beat Donovan Mitchell.
Hayward was overrated when y'all kept hyping him up when he got traded.
You're saying he's overrated, but he was an all-star and he was balling out for them in the playoffs.
Kevin Love was an all-star. Ben Simmons was an all-star.
You tripped. Gordon Hayward was a baller for Utah. He was their man when they went to the playoffs, and they lost him in free agency, and Donovan Mitchell came in and took over and took them right back to the playoffs.
They had it.
All right, we're going to wrap this thing up. This was a fun topic, off-topic conversation.
It was.
Yo, catch the bot.
Yo, Naked is back.
I do want to give.
We have another game. It's an 8:00 start on Sunday night where we're going to be hosting the Miami Heat once more. So hopefully we can even.
Hey, Mr. Wing, NBA is different from NFL. And NBA is different from NFL. Players play in college for at least 3 years. NBA players come in after 1 year and they're young. That's why I give NBA players more leeway.
So don't forget the like. Point,
John. Hold on, Tim, I do want to give a shout out. RIP Kevin Samuels. I know a lot of people, was talking about that. I think it's official now. He passed. It's something that was kind of sad. It was a lot of haters out there. All the mad, angry chicks and the white knight, blue pill cats is all happy that he passed. But that's a shame. I just thought it was sad. He actually shook up the world. Bo got some vicious content, man. I think he was trying to mentally get some people's heads in the right space and help out a lot of people. But people don't want to be helped no more, man. People want to be told that they beautiful, that everything about them is right, and they don't want to hear no negativity no more. So every time he kick negativity, people would get mad. But it was
too much hate out there yesterday. It was like celebrating somebody's death. I mean, it's because he told the truth.
Yeah. Hey, hold up. Why y'all blocking Roddy Bricks? If he a Miami fan, y'all ain't got to block him. Listen, I ain't mad. Let him talk. Let Miami fans talk. Yep. You know what I'm saying? If they want to talk.
Don't forget, hit that like
because button. I want him here Sunday. I want Roddy right back here Sunday.
Ethan joined the crew too. Ethan, did you want to give a shout out for joining the crew? Or you going? You joined the crew. You joined the crew.
Oh yeah.
You gonna keep that in the rats for now? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
He's officially rocking the baldy.
It's unanimous.
Don't forget to like, comment,
Join the
subscribe, y'all.
team.
We
I
gonna see
had
y'all on this
no bird's
podcast.
nest going on. I couldn't take it no more.
Yeah.
He rocking the ball to you. Welcome to the club. We out.